What the hell was that did we just watch? That was just absolutely dreadful. This isn't going to. I'm not going to say many positive things, as this just was a debacle all the way through. Did I expect North to win this week? Of course not. Who's expecting North to win this week? I'm expecting North to win for the rest of the season, actually. Fremantle were always going to win that match. But the one question I put online, and I've liked some of the responses, are Fremantle actually this good, or North just this shit? Because that was dreadful. And this was only the first quarter. The rest of the game, oh god. That first quarter, I couldn't believe how many times they would kick the ball around the corner without looking, and it would drop in a teammate's lap. And North, like the opening bounce, that Jed Anderson, who pisses me off so much, first centre clearance, had Bailey Scott charging at him. What to do? He sprays and hits the pre-round of guys sitting on his own defence. But what the hell? Immediately, not even 30 seconds on the match, not even 30 seconds into it. Oh, gee, he really annoys the hell out of me. I don't understand why people praise Jed Anderson. Yeah, he can hit people, he can bump them, he can tackle when they're standing still. When he gets the ball, how often does he hit a target? I'm trying to figure out why people like this guy. Oh, he pisses me off so much. The guy, can he actually hit a target? Please, honestly, can anyone tell me? Does he hit a target? Oh, the only target I actually saw him hit today, he was actually tackled, thrown to the beat and fell into someone's arms. Yeah, that disposal worked. But the rest of them, no. The only time I like it when he's actually got the ball, the only disposal I like him doing is when he kicks it long to a pack. It's like, yeah, no, you can't really stuff that up. That's the only time you actually see him actually have a good disposal. This game was the first time I actually written notes. That only took me a couple of minutes to write it. I decided to do it after the game because it was just an absolute shellacking. I think the only consistent thing North did today was kick a goal every quarter. Outside of that, I can't think of one. That's the Reshaw. I'm not a fan. People were always bagging Brad Scott. I was one of the few who always praised him, was a Brad Scott fan. I don't understand this Reshaw, why people love him. I don't get it. He came in as a defensive coach. When he was taking over, he was saying he's going to put defence first. It's all about defence, defence, defence. Watching that debacle, I was thinking, who is in charge of the back line? Who's the defensive coach here? The head coach was the defensive coach. You expect him to employ defensive tactics. Oh, gee, this is just horrible. I was shocked. I think it was either the last quarter or the second. It's probably the last. The kick in from the behind. I was shocked. Robbie Town kicked it practically up the guts. Oh, holy, wow, holy! He actually kicked up the guts instead of going to the boundary. Wow. Yeah, it didn't work, but yeah, how many times did North kick it out and it actually worked? Not often. Like that first quarter, oh my goodness. I think it was Luke McDonald, he handballed it out and it went to someone under pressure. They handballed it along the line and then it got to 50 out of bounds. Well, you could have had one long kick to a contest and gone out of bounds. You could have saved at least 10-15 seconds. Gee, that... I've just got to go through some stats that were very, very worrying, and it's just horrible. I didn't expect North to win many of the things on the ground today, but how they actually went today, these are disgusting. Had 93 less disposals. That's a shellacking, an absolute shellacking. 17 inside 50s. Well, that's obvious. Just have a look at the scoreboard. Efficiency inside forward 50. Now, Fremantle had 48%, which, yeah, it doesn't sound very good. But North had a measly 31%, although that has got to be nearly as bad as last week. So I had a look at last week's efficiency inside 50. It was better. Last week's was better. Whoa, I couldn't believe it. They had 37% disposal efficiency inside 50 last week. This today was just 31. Horrible. Lost clearances by 6. Yeah. The Fremantle's engine wounds become really, really good. Unfortunately, if North have Cunnington in there, yeah, they're going to win it. They're going to win it because he's a clearance kid. He's a bloody god at that. LTU, I've always bagged the heart of him. I could never understand it. But the last month, maybe 5-6 weeks or 5-6 games, yeah, he's opened my eyes to see, yeah, this guy's actually going to be something now. Yeah, he was great, especially the one he had in that last quarter. Oh boy, I loved it. It was he it seems like time actually stopped when he got the ball. I thought that was a Scott Pennebury clearance. That was brilliant. Yeah, it was the clearance that Taylor Garner took the mark and kicked the goal in the last quarter. It was that one. Yeah, that clearance he had there, I thought that was Scott Pennebury like. Loved it. 7 less stoppage clearances. Yeah, losing clearances around the ground today, unfortunately. Minus 28 contested possessions, minus 73 uncontested. That is scary. That's how dominant these guys were. 46 less marks of the game, 7 less inside 50. And the one that was alarming, and this is horrible, especially when for North supporters who grew up in the Carey days, they're not used to seeing North lose this one. Contested marking by 13 less. 13 less contested marks for the game. Oh, that's horrible. And the worst stat amongst all of this, Fremantle had the ball nearly 100 times more. Why did they win the tackling count? They had 6 more tackles. Why did North lose that? It's meant to be they've got a defensive coach. He's meant to be teaching the club defence first. What's one of the main things you do in defending? You tackle. You apply pressure. Where is it? Wasn't there. Oh, this one I'm shocked with the disposals. It had 11 players under 10 disposals. Never are you going to win a game when you got 11 players with 10 less possessions. And the other mark was that he had one player who was able to get 20 touches. Only one. And it was a guy that can't hit a target in Jed Anderson. That is alarming. It is horrible. I've asked a few times, can the coach get a spray instead of the players? Well, that stat really can't put the blame on me. Sure, this was actually the players. There was really no effort there. It's Goldstein's 250th game, a milestone. Practically the heart and soul of the club. And that was the effort they put forward. Gee, the amount of times how many times today did you see Fremantle get the ball from 50, run it along the boundary, unopposed, and hit a target in the 450? How often did North Melbourne do that? I'm waiting for someone to tell me that answer. They didn't. I don't remember a single moment when North were able to get it from the 50, run it up to the forward line and hit a target. Were they able to get it up the line? Yes, but they were always under pressure. Never in that game today did they actually get it from the defensive 50 to the forward 50 without any hassle. Fremantle had it countless times today. At least 3 or 4 times per quarter. I'm going to have to a bit of water here. Oh, that was despicable. There was 2 stats that North won today. 2. One is 7 clearances. They actually won 7 clearances by 1. Whoopie-doo. And Todd Goldstein won the hitouts. Todd Goldstein. Can't fault him. 250 games in the ruck, all that wear and tear, all the battling he's done, and that was the effort North put together. Oh God, that was horrible. I'll mark out a couple of players here. Did Zeeble actually participate in today's game? I do believe I saw him hit a contest once, but what else did he do? He's the captain. He's meant to be leading by example. Okay, you hit a contest once. What else did you do? Jack, come on. You're the captain. You could at least say, no, put me in the middle. We need to get the ball out of there. They need some mature bodies in there. No. Did you see him do it? No, he didn't take it. But I'm saying, Robbie Tarrant, he looked deflated. I've never seen him get taken out of a contest like May Jack Door before. That was, it's like he gave up. And can you blame him? He's been the rock in North's defence for how many years with Scott Thompson, who's no longer there. So now he has to take the whole burden. He used to also be getting the help from Jamie McMillan. Now he has to do it all. I feel extremely sorry for Robbie Tarrant. Today was one of the worst games I've ever actually seen him play. The fact that he got knocked out of contest like that Jack Door was vulnerable. I cannot believe it. It doesn't look like Josh Walker actually had his full dose of Ratland today because he keeps zoning out throughout the whole match. Mackay, unfortunately he got a football lesson from a really good forward in Tabernar. I never heard of that guy before until this year. Yeah, he's come out of nowhere and he gave Mackay a football lesson like the game against Tom Hawkins. Yeah, hopefully he actually learns from that. We'll see what he does next week. With all the experienced players on that ground there, how come none of them actually took another level? Like Sean Atley, that's one. He's played over 200 games now, I believe. Has he ever actually won a game for North or been able to change the tide of a game? It's in change of time like Sam Wright, what he did against Essendon with that intercept mark and changed the entire match. Has Atley ever done that? I can't think of one. Oh, speaking of that, going back to the way how disposal of the ball from the defensive 50 to the forward 50, having a free flow. There was one instant that North could have actually done that in the last quarter. I love Taylor Gunner to death. He's my favourite player. Unfortunately, it looks like injuries have taken the toll on him. I don't think he'll ever live up to the potential that he could have, all due to his body constantly breaking down him. But this one, he has nothing to do with your body. He had it, was about to dodge and weave. Could you imagine? Do you ever seen Brent Harvey go for a hand pass and not fake it? He always said, that's all Gunner had to do. He was about to hand pass, he could have faked it. It was a Freo guy just jumped up in the air. What did he do? He handballed right to him. Why didn't you just fake it? You saw him jump, keep running. He had the whole, I think he had, what was it, Pollock on the other side. You could have actually given the hands off to him and he could have delivered it to Larky or someone. Because Pollock, people bag him a lot. The guy is soft as butter. I reckon he will break his jaw when eating yogurt. That's how soft he is. But his kicking today was pinpoint. He always hit a target. It was actually good. It's just he's not a player who's going to be winning the ball inside of the pack. He's not that player. But he could have actually, if Garner had actually given off that handball, he'll run up the other end of the field and able to get hopefully a score in some way. Run out of breath here. LGU did a few good things, as I said before. He's made me change my opinion on him. I can actually understand why North took him at pick 4 and why he was touted as the player in that draft as best chance to win a Brownlow medal. Yeah, he's actually looking good. I've always been drinking the Kool-Aid of Joy Simpkin. I reckon he's unbelievable. The last few weeks, he's seemed to just have a form slump. I don't reckon he's done as much as we all believe he can do. He's still young. He'll get there. Bailey Scott, I'm high on that kid. He's just going to be a star. Yeah, unfortunately, he just needs to get some size. He's too skinny in there. I said Joyce. Dwayne Russell, that commentator, I really want to punch him in the brick. But I want to dip the brick in ether first and then smash him in the face with it. What he said about Missy Higgins in the opening 2 minutes of that game was absolutely disgraceful. But I don't know if anyone else actually picked up on it. He mentioned Sean Higgins was an All-Australian and he can't even hit a target. I couldn't believe that he actually said that. That guy needs to apologise for that comment right there. I am shocked. He had Nick Dalsano there. He used to be his teammate. Why didn't he back him up? Nah, didn't say a bloody word. I can understand from that moment there why people bag Nick Dalsano. Jason Dunstall didn't say anything, and that one really surprised me. He was more pissed off with the shots on goal, kicking it around the corner. That Nick Larkey one, what the hell are you doing? You took a brilliant pack mark, and what did you do? You decided to be a smart ass, Try and be like Stevie Johnson and kick it around the corner without even taking your full 30 seconds. Larky, you see the scoreboard, you know you're not going to be winning the game, you're taking a great mark, go back and do what you're paid to do. Kick the goal. Drop punt. Oh boy. I can't wait for Jason Dunstall to start ripping players to shreds over this like he does with the dribble kick. It's a stupid thing. Kick it around the corner when you're directly in front when you can just do a drop punt. Too many players these days are missing goals because they decided to try to be cute and pretty by doing those stupid kicks. Get it out of the game. Get it out of your system. Taylor Garner's first game back. Love that guy. Didn't do enough today, but come on, it's first game in over a year. We'll see what he does next week. It's unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be at the club next year. I can't see it unless he's BOG next week against West Coast. But yeah, what chance is that? Yeah, what chance of North got it with that game? So many players in this club right now, especially from today, practically playing for their careers. People aren't going to agree with me when I say Jed Anson's playing for his career because he is utterly useless. Outside of, as I said before, if he's not tackling anyone, he's shit. Aaron Hall, if he didn't have a contract for next year, he wouldn't be at the club any longer. He would have been playing for his career right there. Pollock, he's under contract and people are saying they're going to get rid of him because Reece Shaw does not like him. Reece Shaw, I know you can tell he likes the players like Cam Zohar, who puts their body on the line at the contest. He loves Jack Siebel, who does it. He's in love with Jan Asgers. Yeah, he loves the rough stuff. Pollock has the skill. He has the talent. He's not the player who's going to run into a pack. That's not him. Not every player is like that. If you can just keep Pollock playing the game, his natural game, it's going to be fine. Unfortunately, no, he's playing for his career. Sean Atley, please piss him off. Please. Don't give him a contract next year. I'd rather North be winning the Wundensford next year than Sean Atley being at the club. He is just utterly useless. He has not been... He's an explosive running defender that North desperately need. He has those abilities, and when he does it, he turns it over. I know, not a fan of Atley. He cannot turn the game around, which is something that he needs to be able to do. Ed Vickers-Wells, injuries galore, that kid. Bad game today. I reckon he's still got... Let him play next year. I want to see what he can do if he actually have a pre-season, because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm confident he hasn't had a full pre-season and played a whole season yet. So I would like to see what happens if he can do that. At Aidan Bonner, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's like, hopefully he can prove me wrong like how do you. Hopefully he can do that. I said at Mackay as well, he's on my notes there. Mackay just had a bad game. He's playing for his career. Same as, we've got so many players at this club who are playing for their careers. Marley Williams, yeah, get rid of him. Sam Durden, please bring him in. If Tarrant looked deflated, let him have next week off and have a full pre-season. I don't care how much North get destroyed by next week. They're going to get creamed by West Coast. I want to see them give Sam Durden a shot. Let him play on Kennedy and put Mackay on Darling. I want to see them two have that job. Or if you're going to have Tarrant in, let's still put in Durden and have those positions I've just said and let Tarrant run free. Let him be the intercept mark. I don't even know who the third tall forward is for West Coast. I've got no clue who that is. Not looking forward to next week's game. I'm not looking forward to seeing North play again under this stupid game plan of Reece Shaw. I've been doing nothing but complain about this side for the last 20 minutes. As I said, nothing real positive to say about this game. That's Todd Goldstein, 250th game. Todd Goldstein. It's a milestone game, and that's the effort. I've got nothing else to say.